video, you literally have 5 to 10 seconds to show them why they should keep watching till the end. And that is what a YouTube hook is. It's what we're talking about, how you can make better hooks. And by doing so, it will literally result in people watching longer, which is going to tell YouTube, hey, people are satisfied with this video. It's going to get promoted further. So being able to master a hook, being able to master essentially an introduction in the beginning of your video can literally change, the outcome of your videos, and could be the difference between people just leaving. So that's what we're going to be hopping into. I can already see we got some people here in the chat. And yes, I'm bald, man. I'm bald. I've been wearing a hat for so long, and I want to get out of it because it's just a gray hat. So I wanted to show my baldness again. Might keep showing my baldness for a while. But also something else to note, we are going to be having some guests hopping on as well. They're going to be sharing some insights into how to hook viewers in. We're also probably going to talk about the club that they've got going on. But yeah, what is up, everyone? We got Trident. We got Anthony Plays here. We've got Carlay. What is up? How is it going? Animal Videos Kid is in here. Super excited. You'll notice the layout's a little different. I'm right now using a different software for this time around. Yes, I can see you. I do see you there. All right. So we're going to hop on into this. But first, let me bring up one of our guests. We should be having 2 people coming up on stage, which should be super exciting. Our first person we have coming up on stage here, I'm going to add you on, is Seth. Seth, could you tell us about yourself and your channel?
Yeah, actually, first I want to make sure you can hear me.
A little quiet, I think.
All right, let me see if I can fix that quickly.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, we're going to be hopping into hooking viewers and also getting into what exactly is a hook. What are some things that we can, actually maybe implement on whatever niche we have, where we'll be able to, keep viewers watching for a longer period of time. But yeah, we'll also be having another guest on here. His name's Lalo. He's going to be giving some awesome insights. He actually has a channel that's reached over 400,000 subscribers. He's like triple my size. So he'll be coming on, sharing some of the tips he's learned as well. So it should be pretty awesome.
I think this is about as good as it's going to get for my mic, but if I have to, I can switch over to a different mic. Is it that bad?
Chat, let me know. What do you think of Seth's mic? It might be my volume's down, but let me know. Otherwise, maybe just talk a little louder, and I think it'll probably pick it up. I'll know where the mic's coming from. If it's actually coming from the mouth or not.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this headset's newer, so I haven't had a chance to test it, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm Seth. My channel is Inquisitive Auto Tech, and basically do reviews about audio equipment, headsets, like this one here that I haven't reviewed yet, apparently. Earbuds, other tech like Android devices and apps and things along those lines. And just kind of met Colin in Clubhouse, and like he mentioned, had a room previously with Lalo where we talked about creating good hooks for videos, and here we are.
Yeah, it was a solid room too. So, that's why I kind of like, man, that'd be great to have on this live stream here. I guess let's just like hop into it. Looks like Lalo's gonna be a little bit later, but that's all right. He's the special finale, so stick around. We'll also hear from Lalo too. Seth, what exactly is a hook? Is there like a way, like, is it just like an introduction? Like, how can we like define that?
Yeah, well, it's a good analogy if you think about fishing, which is really where it comes from. And when you get a bite while you're fishing, you really hook it in. You kind of pull back, right? And you do the same thing in a video. So typically within the first 30 seconds or so, you want to make that intro, the entrance to your video, as entertaining as you possibly can, and really suck the viewer in so they stay for the remainder of the video. But the first 30 seconds or so is really key to do that, believe it or not. And that's really what a hook is. It's just making it so interesting that you don't even realize that you are sucked into the video. Now you're watching it, and here you are, minutes later, and the video's done, and you're don't even realize that you just watched the entire thing. So
Exactly. I think that, yeah, I define it, similarly. And I think, there's a lot of, good things to do and bad things to do. And I have some clips I wanted to share. And I also want to, make sure in the chat, guys, let me know, just because I'm figuring out this software a bit more right now. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio too. But I have a playlist of both bad intros and good intros. I just named it bad intros, but there's some good intros in here. But I think there's both like right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. And I think seeing some of the bad ways of doing it and then also talking about some of the good ways, I think it can kind of help everyone out really well. Quick shout out to Bonkers. How's it going? We got Mr. K. Time to Cook is in here. Just want to make sure I see you guys. What software? I'm right now using Melon. So I've messed around with it before. But I'm back at it again. But we're using Melon this time. So the first one, because I felt bad just pointing at other people's videos that weren't mine. So I made sure this first one was myself. Because then we're mocking me. Because let me tell you, I was horrible with intros. So chat, let me know if you guys can hear the audio. It looks like it's enabled on my side, but just let me know. But I'm just going to click on this, make sure we're playing from the beginning. Oh boy. So this should be interesting. We'll play like the first 15 seconds, and then we're going to talk about all the horrible mistakes Colin made back in 2018 here. So hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Camera Guide, helping you learn filmmaking and photography on your mobile devices. So if you're looking to take your filmmaking and photography to the next level with your phone, be sure to subscribe. Ouch. Seth, tear this apart.
yeah, I mean, like right from the get-go, you had that YouTube banner in the front, and I think already, I don't know your retention graph, but I'll be willing to bet that it was a steep decline right from the get-go. That's typically something you either avoid or you do after a few seconds of talking to the camera and letting people know what to expect. And you did a good job with that once you got past this intro runner, or whatever you want to call it. Your energy was high. That was good too. I think one of the better things that you could do in the beginning of an intro is pose a question as opposed to go with the excitement and you're holding everything in your hand and everything. You could go, how do you do this or how do you do that? And in this video, that's what we're going to cover. And also asking them to subscribe. Obviously, back then it was sort of the thing to do, and now we realize that's not exactly best practice because you haven't really given them any value yet, right? And so why would they subscribe at that point? So that's just some of the things that I would critique on that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, first of all, I think point number one, never have intros. Don't like at least initially. Like there needs to be you if you really want to do a branded intro for yourself. And have something where you have your cool logo. You want to do like a cool Peter McKinnon style. If you watch Peter McKinnon, he has his, this is what's going to be covered in the video. This is why you should watch till the end. And then he does his little branded intro thing. But just doing this out the gate, yeah, guaranteed my graph went, you're like, nope, I'm not sticking around for this. And I think what was worse too, is this whole opening is welcome to, and I talk so slow. Welcome to Mobile Camera Guide. And then I just talk about for the first the intro is 5 seconds there. And the next 5 to 20, I haven't even brought up the gimbal. You can see it. So maybe that might have helped people hold on a little bit. But the first 5 to 20 seconds was all about me. This is what my channel is about. This is Mobile Camera Guide, helping you, make videos on your mobile devices. So if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. And I see that kind of style where people want to introduce themselves to new viewers. And it's kind of like it's almost like hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you don't know who I am yet. Instead of, I think maybe the issue with that is we make a promise in the title and the thumbnail, of what content we're going to present to people. And if you don't like give them some reason, like actually show them that, yes, you are going to get value from this video if you stick around, it's not going to happen. It's
Yeah,
you're
and I think it's a typical newbie mistake too, because the advice most people get is to talk to the camera like you're talking to a friend. Well, if you're talking to your friend, your natural inclination is to be like, "Hey, welcome back. Even if we don't know each other, I'm Seth, and this is my channel." And as you mature and you understand that that's sort of a waste of time, that most viewers, you could still talk to them friendly, but you could just cut right to the value, cut right to the chase, and here's what I'm going to give you. Boom, here it is. And I think that's one of the ways that new YouTubers can improve their video skills and their hook in general. So it helps.
Yeah. So make sure you're getting right to it. And I, and these two kind of cover it similarly too. And I don't mean, if I potentially clicked on one of your videos accidentally that you upload to today, I apologize. I'm not trying to like rip on, newbie channels here, but I clicked on just because I know there's some people in the gaming niche. I also know there's some people in the tutorial niche. Like for example, I found this one here just a few seconds ago. This is the introduction here. And I can actually talk over it because there's nothing happening. We're 6 seconds in and there's no talking, there's no motion.
I didn't even realize you were playing it yet.
Right? And then they just go on and they start like playing the game. We're 15 seconds in. No one's here. And then another one here just to show that I thought was interesting because I see this all the time. And this might have been, why my videos took off so much is because a lot of the mobile editing tutorial guides are all like this, where it's just text on screen. Chat, let me know if you've come across one of these tutorials other than mine where they do this. Just text. No voiceover.
And then like music.
And then, it shows a little example, showing an example of the final product. Okay. But then you're just showing text on screen. There's no voiceover. There's nothing. I feel like, that's one of the biggest things that would cause someone to leave is like they're not hearing you. They're just seeing like text on screen. Like this is a video platform. Like we're showing videos here and like people want to see the story. They want to see things that are going on. They want to see, they want to see potentially the end result, which this person kind of got to by showing like at least the example of what you're going to do. But you got to have some kind of like engaging, elements in there, I would think.
Yeah, it lacks excitement.
Yeah,
it just lacks excitement. I mean, there's no sound effects even to make it go better. And the music, background music, which I kind of barely heard, but it sounded very, very slow and boring. So I can't imagine many people would have played through this entire thing.
Exactly. And then maybe one other one here. And then we'll probably, probably get into some of the things that are good to implement when it does come to intros. And I hate to do this because a lot of people are like, oh, of course, he's going to show Mr. Beast. But I think that's still a good example. And I don't think everyone should edit like Mr. Beast. I'm not saying that, oh, you need to, be super excited and super flashy and big text everywhere. Like you don't necessarily need to have that, but still, you have your thumbnail and title and you're showing, in those beginning seconds, why someone should watch till the end, which I thought this was great. I clicked on this video and watched it through till the end. And I don't usually do that with Mr. Beast videos. Which I'm just going to pause there.
Bonkers has a good, real quick, if you don't mind, Bonkers has a good point in here. He said, Colin, but people that do this are usually kids or people shy or insecure about their voice. And I get that. But, there's still ways that you can go about doing that and still make it exciting, like adding sound effects. Even, there's apps now that you can actually type out and they'll do text to speech, that don't sound so robotic either at this point. So luckily in this day and age, there's a lot of options beyond your own voice. And I would encourage anybody that does feel insecure to just do it. You don't have to show your face on camera especially, but give it a shot. Just try it. And you'll be surprised at how easy it is once you keep doing it. It's just a matter of repetition, and then you get really comfortable doing it. So I just wanted to point that out. That was a good point.
Yeah, it is good. And yeah, actually, CapCut just added, the mobile editor CapCut just added in voice to text options where you can literally type the text in. You can make it speak. You can make the text even sing, as crazy as that is. And I will say, you know, some people don't like watching videos with voiceovers. But depending how quick you can like add value and get to the information, you know, I might potentially sit through that voiceover. As long as voiceover isn't like, hello, welcome to my channel. Like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
know, some kind of value added there. I'll probably do a video on that, like how to make videos without showing your face or using your voice. Because I think, you know, yeah, especially younger people, you know, they're kind of, you know, they have parents who probably don't want them on the internet, and they want to still put out videos while they're younger before they become an adult and can, you know, make
Right.
their own decisions. So I will add that to my my list. But yes, that was an awesome comment. Oh, Animal Kid, I like CapCut. That's where I edit my videos, and it has a lot of features. Yes, CapCut is awesome. I love CapCut. But we'll watch this last one, and then we'll kind of like talk about maybe some of the things that happen in this video, and then as well maybe just things we've kind of learned along the way that have kind of helped us, you know, where we previous started, different things we can add on. But I just thought this was so interesting, and this is something I want to try actually, just without even clicking play yet. It's doing this zoom in immediately. So before I've even played the video, I can tell it's about to zoom into something that's about to happen. But we'll click play in the first 15 seconds because I don't think I'll get in trouble if I just do the 15 seconds. So let's click on this.
I got 100 of my subscribers and gave them each $10,000. And I also rented one of the largest malls in the world and locked them inside. And for the next 10 hours, I'm gonna hunt them down. Run.
Like that. So how many scenes were like thrown at us there? Like,
Yeah,
so many.
I think I counted close to 15 cuts within
15.
the first like, 15 seconds. Yeah.
And I think maybe one thing to take away with this is he's showing, he's not telling. And maybe this is also like a Hillier Smith kind of thing, where he doesn't say you're not storytelling, you're story showing. And when he said that, like in Hillier Smith, he's like Logan Paul's video editor. He's really good at video editing and telling stories, and he believes in story showing. When he said that word, it was like, story showing. Why am I not showing more of what I'm talking about? And I think that's kind of what happened in this opening area. I have it muted just to, you know, he shows all the contestants pile in. He shows them all getting their $10,000, and then also shows them all again with the $10,000 text. He then shows the entire mall, and he's kind of like zooming out, you know, showing how large this entire thing is. And I don't even know if this is the mall per se. Maybe it is. But still, he's zooming out to kind of show the scale here. It looks kind of like a very edited picture here.
It does.
But I didn't notice that when watching. He's
Right.
still, you know, he's story showing is maybe the main thing here. And I know with a lot of, even if we went back to my old video here, what if I showed more of the gimbal? What if I showed it in use? What if I showed the different like pieces of it, me putting my phone on the gimbal as I'm talking about it, like right in that introduction. So people are seeing, you know, multiple different areas that, yes, he's going to cover the gimbal. He's going to talk about the different shots he got, you know, all of that. That would have probably been a more engaging, I would think.
Yeah, and I think a key thing to point out here is Mr. Beast makes his intro to the video when the video is already done. You know, he's got all of the results at the beginning, you know, not the main giveaway, but as he's describing what's going to happen, like you were saying, a show don't tell, you're still seeing the clips of the people there. And you know, that's a key thing is when you're editing your video, you don't have to go chronologically from beginning to end. You can show in the very beginning, in the hook, what you're going to do. You might even want to show the end product. Like, let's say you're doing a DIY. Throw in a little clip of the finished product, but not in too much detail because you still want people to watch till the end, but you give a little taste, and that hooks the viewer in. You know, and it's the same thing like with his intro style. He starts off with a lot of energy, and he doesn't relent. I mean, I'm not recommending that everybody do that, but that's a key thing that he does. And if you notice, his videos are also very colorful. I mean, there's never any bland uh, moment whatsoever. And I think that that's a key thing is, you know, depending on what type of video you're making, obviously that matters. But for the most part, all of us can act a little more energetically on the camera. Like I said before, I think that the camera takes, 50% of your energy away. So you have to bump it up a little bit, even if it's a little abnormal at first. I don't know what you think about that, but that's what I find that I have to do on my intros, especially.
Yeah, I mean, I used to wear gray a lot in my videos. As you notice, this is not a gray shirt anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm even thinking in the future, like when I'm doing my videos, am I just really gray? Is my colors just really washed out? Should I be more, saturated, brighter, colorful? And I've even been thinking about that with my like thumbnails too. Like the one I did for this live stream, it was like, even though it was kind of a silly thumbnail that I did for this live stream, still I was thinking,
Oh, it
okay,
worked.
bright colors,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how can I make this more than just, add something to it.
Right.
But
Yeah, it works. It works. It was good. I liked it. It was eye-catching, especially. Yeah.
It was so much fun to me.
Yeah.
So I think maybe number one is B-roll for sure. At least some kind of B-roll. You don't have to, again, you don't maybe necessarily need the Mr. Beast energy, but if you can add some kind of B-roll into your videos, and it doesn't matter what niche you're in, there's ways you can add B-roll. If it's a vlog, you can, there's stock footage for vlogs where you can I even searched I'm from Wisconsin, so I searched Milwaukee, and there's drone footage of Milwaukee. There's footage of downtown streets, and it's free to use. A lot of that stuff on there is free to use. You can find, there's sites where you can get that, add those in. And you can talk about maybe in the intro of your vlog, you're talking about, in this video, I go and visit Milwaukee and we taste test all the Quick Trip gas stations because we're obsessed with Quick Trips. I'm just throwing that in there. And so you're showing the different clips as you're talking, where you don't, that'd just be a super easy way where you could just add something more than a stale clip, or if we go back to our Minecraft dude that we talked about before, where we didn't even know the video was playing.
Yeah, I had no idea.
maybe we put something in there where it's like, even if it's just him playing Minecraft, you could have something in that intro where, maybe it's showing the landscape and it's kind of like a more cinematic, panorama kind of style, just something in there, different clips in between versus, maybe just a stale video.
Yeah, and I think a key thing too is if you go back to the Mr. Beast video, not necessarily playing it, but look at the title. It says I hunted 100 people for $1 million. One of the first things he shows is the 100 people. So it's like you have to tie in your hook, your intro with your title and your thumbnail as well. I think it's a trifecta type of thing. They mesh perfectly together, and that's exactly what he did in that scene right there. And that's a good point to throw into your videos is whatever the catch is, right? The whole purpose of your video, even if it's Minecraft, pick whatever, like say you just played for 30 minutes. What's the most interesting thing that happened in that 30 minutes? Name your video after that, and then just show it briefly right in the beginning. And that's it.
Yeah, and that was a great point. Like your title and thumbnail play so much into your introduction. And maybe that's a problem a lot of newer comer people are doing is they're like, I'm going to go shoot a YouTube video. They go and shoot a YouTube video, and then it's time to upload, and they come up with a title, and then they just throw together a thumbnail versus thinking title, thumbnail first, and then also thinking, like, what is this introduction going to look like? And then planning that way out. Because whatever people see in that title, when they click on the video, they're like, is this person going to actually deliver? Or is it one of those people who are just going to throw text up on the screen and not actually add value? And there's a lot of bad content out there that people have come across. So they're going to be judging those first few seconds to make sure it's worth their time sticking around. So, thinking about that title, what exactly am I titling this video? And can I demonstrate that, yes, this will, you will get that value at the end. So I love that. Title plays such a important role. And then, yeah, first 3 seconds, he's showing the people. Or I think even sooner than that, he's showing the people.
Exactly.
I
Just
think he's
cuts right to
showing,
the chase. That's the key thing. Just cut right
he
to the
shows the
chase.
people at 0.00 seconds.
Yep.
We're already seeing these 100 contestants that are going to be hunted
down.
So,
Yeah.
bam. No, that's awesome. And probably while we're talking about this, perfect person to bring on, Mr. Lalo himself. I don't know if you're ready to come up. Looks like you got your lights and everything set up, looking cool. So we will bring you up. If you could introduce yourself, sir. Who the heck are you?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Super happy to be here. What's up, Colin? What's up, Seth? My name is Lalo, everybody. I am 22 years old and I am a content creator here in Houston, Texas. I opened my YouTube channel in Spanish when I was about 11 years old. I created videos for literally like 10 years, and then your boy decided to completely not ditch that channel, but like start a whole new one and pursue a whole new journey. I decided that I was finally ready to pursue the English market, and I am super excited to be making English videos now. So I did Life in America, kind of documenting my life in Spanish in that channel, and now I am doing idea-based entertainment. So super pumped to be here. Thanks so much, Colin, and I can't wait to get the party started. I mean, the party's been going, but like, let's make it even better. So let's go.
Yeah. And you didn't mention on that other Spanish channel 400,000 subscribers, which is nuts.
Thank you, bro.
Crazy. So and once this English channel, you start picking it up and you're putting content out, we all know you're going to get right back up to where you were. So super pumped to have you up here. We were just talking about Mr. Beast, man. I don't know if you already saw this video today. Did you?
Do you know
Actually,
Mr. Beast is?
I haven't.
You haven't. Oh,
I
my word.
haven't. Actually, who is Mr. Beast? I've never heard of him.
we were just talking about like how powerful of like an introduction this was, and potentially what might be worth doing too. I know you guys were talking about when you guys were on Clubhouse, which one were you guys talking about? Were you talking about the 100? Was it this one, the 100 million subscriber one? Yes.
Yep, correct.
So we could probably talk about this one real quick, and then we'll probably hop to questions here. Everyone in the chat is screaming your name, Lalo. You got Annette here, everyone? Elvira, Animal Videos Kid is here, Ricardo. Man, you're blowing up my chat, man.
That's awesome.
But we were talking about like the wrong way to do intros, which I was showing myself. And how like I had just like a actual intro before I even talked, and how I just talked about myself instead of talking about like the actual title of the video, which was like about a gimbal and if it was worth buying. And then we're also talking about what are the good qualities of an intro. So we covered things like B-roll, having different clips in there. As well as being colorful, bright, possibly having some more excitement to your voice as well. But what was that, Seth?
Asking questions is a big one too.
Yes,
get the audience participation.
Questions.
Is it okay if I mention one thing that actually somebody that you guys all love in the chat, his name is Colin Michael, he actually taught me this. He was talking one day about Facebook Reels, I believe. Facebook videos, and you were saying that the first word you say is very important. And I know YouTube may not be as critical on that regard as maybe Facebook Reels or TikTok, but I believe that even now the first word of your video is so important. Like, for example, if I want to say something like, because I'm gonna do a video, I can spoil it here, it's okay. I'm gonna be taking a selfie with 1,000 people in 24 hours, specifically 1,000 strangers. So instead of saying that I have 24 hours to do this, and that, I can start out saying that. But saying something like 24 hours is all I have to complete this, and that. Why? Because 24 hours is the shock value element. And if you think about it, you're going to be like, okay, what is he going to do in 24 hours? So immediately from number one, you already are kind of asking yourself a question like, what the heck is he going to try to do in 24 hours? And then boom, 1,000 strangers. Like, oh my gosh, 1,000 people is a lot of people in 24 hours. So kind of like the first word that you use in your hook can be very important and can even be crucial to how many people will stick around until the end. So just thought I would mention that, and your boy Colin Michael actually taught me that. So thank you, Colin.
Yeah. And I think that is, that is even going like to the next level of just thinking like, what is the first word I'm speaking out of my mouth, and is that even enough to get someone engaged? Like on Facebook Reels and TikToks, like people are scrolling, they are, they're not even choosing to click on your video, you're just popping up there. So it's like those first few words so important, but that still can come right over to YouTube, because people might leave in that first second to 2 seconds. I know when I watch my graph, it goes down pretty quick in those first few seconds. So it better be something really, really good that pops right up. But awesome. Yeah, we gotta hook them in right away. I do want to play this real quick, and we'll hop to questions if anyone's got questions. Because I know you guys talked about this previously, and so I think it might be good to just kind of talk about some of those points that were covered that in this video that we can also maybe learn from and bring. And just from the last one too, we already see this zoom effect of instant action. There's instant movement going on here, which I think is pretty cool. But
if you listen to his voice in this one, listen to how much energy he has. It's probably his most energetic start that I've seen.
All right, let's take a look.
We just hit 100 million subscribers, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone that subscribed. And to celebrate, I bought this ginormous private island, and I'm giving it to one of you in this video. So I brought 100 of my subscribers to compete in 4 extreme challenges. Last one standing wins this island. The first challenge is simple. First 50 people to start a fire and light their torch, move on. Begin!
Boom. What can we learn from this?
Lalo, you want to chime in there?
Oh my gosh, so many things.
Where do you start?
It's literally so much to unpack. And by the way, I was joking earlier. Actually, Mr. Beast is like my favorite creator on YouTube, so that's why I made that joke. Like, who's Mr. Beast, right? But yeah, I really would love to hear what Colin and Seth have to say. But I think the main takeaways from that intro, number one, energy. Like energy, a lot of people say like you don't have to have as much energy in your videos, but there is no lie in that hearing somebody speak so excited about what they're talking about or what they're doing in their video is instantly going to get your brain to be like, oh, like this is exciting, this is fun, I want to stick around. So that is one component that you can incorporate. So energy, and then obviously fast-paced editing. There's so many cuts, so there's so many brain stimulants, neural interrupts as we call them sometimes, that are happening all at once, and it almost makes you like really focus. Like the main thing you want with your viewers is that they focus on your video. So neural interrupts so quickly, so fast. It's like, oh, what's going on? Like I gotta pay attention and I gotta be engaged. And so yeah, that's 2 things that I noticed right away. I'd love to hear what you, Colin, instead have to say.
Yeah, definitely the energy I saw there. All the different cuts. Like, I don't know if you were counting that time, Seth, but there were a lot of cuts that happened there.
It's another 15 at least 15 in that one.
And I would almost say, anytime there's a difference in camera movement, I would almost consider to be, quote unquote cut. If someone's using keyframes and they're moving stuff around, I would think, that would count. And look at this, like the camera never stops moving. It never stops. He always has it moving just a little bit. Like, watch that. You can see it zooms in a little bit. It's kind of moving towards him, moving to the side. Like, it doesn't stop. He doesn't have a stale camera moment at this opening part. And then even after that, like, he's got the button, he's got the text, zoom out, text on screen, switches to people. Yeah, so many different cuts. But yeah, it's that kind of like that fast-paced energy. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to point out in it other than still story showing. Like, he's definitely story showing here. He's showing the boat. He's pointing to the different challenges and using the text and different elements on screen to kind of help show what's going on so people see like what's happening.
Yeah, one other thing I'll throw out there is normally in public speaking, you're taught to not move your hands around because it's distracting. But go back to the beginning when he's talking. All he's doing is just moving his hands around, and it's like so energetic. And you see that in so many really, really huge YouTubers like Mr. Who's the Boss. He's constantly moving his hands around. And it's those neural interrupts that just catch you right away. And it's hard to look away because it's constant movement. And the way he uses his text on the screen, you know, when he wants to add emphasis, he'll change the color of the text too, or whoever's adding the video for him. But that's just another thing that you can do that really draws in the hook, the focus of the whole video itself. And then there's two different types of hooks, right? I mean, that's something I should have brought up earlier. At least the way I define it. You got the noun hook, which is like in this case, Mr. Beast bought an island. That's a hook, right? But there's the act of hooking your audience, and that's the verb part, which is what we're mostly talking about. Is despite that fact that he bought an island, right? You don't have to have the noun hook, but you can definitely actively, like the verb hook your audience in, no matter what kind of video you have. So just keep that in mind. No matter what kind of content creator you are, you can still hook your audience in.
Exactly. You know, and yeah, we already kind of brought it up too. Like, you don't have to be a Mr. Beast. You don't have to. But, you know, even like in some of like, not to point to myself, I hate doing that. But like, you know, I do tutorials, and I'm not necessarily giving Mr. Beast energy all the time. I'm, you know, if I was to just talk like my normal self, I'd probably talk like this. I'm sure you guys have heard me in chill rooms talk like this in a clubhouse room, you know, but it's not like I'm on video. I'm trying to, maybe it's like projection, like it's projecting your voice. And I think a lot of people don't do that when they're starting out initially. And so some introductions are like, hey guys, how's it going? Even if you go back to Mr. Beast's first videos when he's doing like gaming, it's all like, hey guys, so we're gonna fight some zombies here in Minecraft. It's no energy, no projection at least. But what I'd love to do, and I want to make sure, you know, there's 25 people in here right now. I want to make sure like you get value out of this stream and that we can help improve your own intros. So what I want to do, if you want your intro or your hook reviewed and we can talk about it, do all caps hook, and then that way I can find your channel. Just post it once. We can go through everyone's or most people. I'm trying to probably keep it closer to an hour stream. Maybe we'll go a little bit over, but I don't want to go too much over. But put hook in the chat. I'll pull up your channel because I want to like, what are you doing? What steps can we give you, like tips that we can give you to help improve your ability to keep viewers engaged? So hopefully drop that down in the chat. You know, this isn't channel roasts, so I'm not going to tear you apart, or Seth or Lalo, but potentially Seth. But
I know, right?
But let's pull up some people here. I think the first person we got here is Soulflower University.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's pull her up.
What's up, Jeffs?
All right, let me go to the video section here. I don't have a perfect way of doing this, but that's all right. All right, we're on Soulflower University. You've been up here before. So I guess that's a stream. Let's see. Oh, we can do short. I think we could do a short and probably a regular video. Would that be fair, potentially? What do you guys think?
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, we
right.
can get that done.
So we'll try $3 Dollar Tree pumpkin DIY shorts. All right, let's see if we get hooked in here.
Hey Flower Stabbers, let's make a Dollar Tree pumpkin. You're going to use the small 3D reform and go ahead and set it all up with the wire. Now we're going to grab some twine and wrap it around the bottom. We're going to do a couple different wraps. The first one is back and forth. And
So I think that was pretty quick. Let me click on it one more time.
hey Flower Stabbers, let's make a Dollar Tree pumpkin. You're going to use the small 3D reform and go ahead.
So maybe, I guess we'll have to see what the finished product is here. But maybe potentially showing what that finished product is in the beginning, so I know, you know, what that actual turnout is going to be. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to point out. Is I would say show the end result just quickly though. Like I said, you don't have to like leave it there and hovering and kind of get people that aren't going to be like, oh, I saw it, I'm going to leave now. If they like the finished product, that's what's going to hook them in, and they're going to say, okay, how can I do that myself? And you showed it perfectly. I mean, you did it. It was very fast paced, which I loved. I love the Dollar Tree pumpkin, the text on the screen. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Like I'm sure you probably tried keeping it out of the way of your actual crafting, which is great. But even if you just flash it up there, covering the whole thing real quick, that works well. Brief though, brevity is key. So, good job.
I agree with that. I think the main takeaway from this video in specific is how quickly you get into the content. I think we've all heard how important that is, and Coming from your boy who used to make 4-minute long intros back then, yes, I used to do that, and I'm very embarrassed. But one thing I learned from that is that when I go back and I look at the retention graph on those videos, even though in my head back then the videos were getting views, so I'm like, oh, they must be good videos. But going back right now, the retention was actually terrible. People were leaving right away. So number one thing, just get into the content as quickly as you can. Like you don't have to be like literally it's like number one, getting into the content. I believe in, you kind of, prepare your viewers. You say like maybe one or two welcome words or something like that. But at the end of the day, the quicker you get into the content, the less opportunity a viewer has to be like, oh, like, where's the content? Like, I'm getting bored, I'm gonna leave. Or they see another video on the suggested tab that may look more appealing. So never give them an opportunity to get bored or feel like they're not getting into the content, quickly enough. So I think that's one thing that Soloflower did amazing in this video.
Yep. Definitely. Sorry, I was pulling up the next channel and then I realized we were going to talk about one long form video too, real quick. But yeah, I think the rest of that video had perfect pacing. Like you got to all the content really, really quickly. But let's hop to just one of the main videos, and then we're going to hop on over to Salty's Digital Dive, and then anyone else who dropped that hook in the chat. Keep in mind, you only got to drop it once, and then we'll hop to it. So let's take a look at this one here.
Real quick though, if you look at the thumbnail, before we even get into the video, she's already doing it perfectly because it's showing what it's going to look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we're talking about doing that in the video itself. It's also great to do it in a thumbnail. So that's a great example.
Yeah, we're seeing the before and after right there. Perfect. All right.
I agree.
So what happens when we click here? Should probably have the volume on, hey?
Have you guys ever seen a giant copper tree? Well, I have. My sister made a giant one like this. And when I first tried to sell it, it didn't go very well. So today, we're gonna redo it and see if we can make it awesome.
What do you guys think?
Lala, you want to go with this one first?
Man, I think that's actually really good. Like I think Soloflower is really, really getting the hang of number one, storytelling, when she mentioned that like component of story, and then number two, hooking the viewer, asking a question at the beginning. That was actually very impressive and very, very well done. That's my take.
Yeah, that was perfection. It really was. Question, right into storytelling, and right into the solution. I love it.
And we already saw B-roll. We're 3 seconds in, and you already showed us like this product here. So you had that B-roll component right away too. So I think that was pretty awesome. Yeah, I think that was good.
Can we? Oh, I was gonna ask. Can we see how long that bumper was? Because I saw a bumper, and we know that long bumpers can be not super ideal. So I just wanted to watch that.
Yeah,
We can make it
5
awesome.
seconds or less.
Hey, Flower Stabber.
Perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, quick bumper. Sweet. Awesome. So yeah, that B-roll definitely did it. I guess the only thing would be then with that short, make sure to maybe show that end product, because everyone on the thumbnail can see it, just not the shorts people. All right, let's hop onto the other one. Let me just see. I don't know if it. Oh, it's still up here. Sweet. I think digital dive, not drive. Can I change this, please? There we go. No, that's good. All right, here we go. Next person. On screen. Cool. All right, so what we got? We got shorts and we got regular videos. Let's take a look and see. So coffee and contemplation mornings at SDD 9_2_2022. Not sure what SDD is. No, an SSD is. Let's click on the video. Let's see what the intro is like. I guess I don't need to have your comment still pulled up. There we go. All right. All right. What do we think of this one?
Yeah, this one, unfortunately, I would say needs some work. It's coffee and contemplation, and I didn't see either one in the beginning. And, that's a key part of it, right? I would say start off with the coffee right in your hand and get into it. You don't have to do that the rooster there. I think it was cool looking. It was entertaining, but it wasn't enough to keep me there. It was sort of like a lull the entire time. And then the other thing is the subscribe request. Don't even bother with that at this point because you haven't provided any value. So why would anybody subscribe if they haven't gotten any value out of it? And if anything, I think it's probably going to make people want to click away than continue watching. So keep that in mind when you're making your video intros.
Yep, right on, man. I think it's okay to do a call to action for sure. Just ideally not at the very beginning of your video, because one thing I've been really thinking about lately is always keep the new viewer in mind. You always want to have recurring viewers, your loyal people that are going to come back every video. But the way you should also be thinking, because ideally, if you want to grow a YouTube channel, you're going to be often hitting completely new people that have never seen you before. So if immediately the first thing you tell somebody that's never even seen any of your videos that you want them to subscribe to you, that might actually do the opposite goal of what you were going for and make them be like, well, what is the value here? So just want something to think about. I would potentially leave the subscribe for later on throughout the video when you've already provided value. And that would be a good CTA at that point. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think if they're already at the end of the video, it's not a bad thing to put subscribe then because they're already there. They're already entertained. And sometimes you just need that reminder when you're watching a video. I'm guilty as that as well. I have channels that I watch often that comes up in my home feed or my suggested, and I'm not subscribed to them. And sometimes it dawns on me like, oh, I should probably subscribe. I don't think there's anything wrong with that doing it at the end of the video because they're already there.
For sure. Yeah. Definitely. Yep. We got to be engaged somehow. Let us know what contemplations are you talking about that might interest me where I'll want to, stick around to the end. But yeah, that's all good info here. Hopping on to the next one. I'm not gonna do what I do on my normal channel reviews and sit, talk too long on the channel. So we'll hop through these. Oh yeah, banana bread. Here we go. I am hooked on this video. I don't know about you guys, but I want chocolate chip banana bread.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right.
Thank you for making me hungry. I appreciate that.
So good. All right, let's see if it holds up here.
Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make gluten-free banana bread. Here are the ingredient list. First of all, I will have to
I think that's the intro. What do you guys think of that? I would almost say like that was very to the point. It showed me the final product. I saw the banana bread in the beginning. I saw it here.
Play it again from the beginning though, just real quick.
Yeah.
Like not even like 5 seconds in. I just want to see something.
Hello everybody, today
So 4 seconds before she said anything though. I would say just start right from the get-go. I mean, it's good, it's appealing, but it's a wasted opportunity in this case. And instead of saying today we're going to make this, just say, or just show it, or what I mean? It's like a show don't tell kind of thing. Or let's make this, so let's just get into it. Instead of explaining what you're going to do, you already showed it.
Yeah, maybe that audio moved back like a little bit of, hey everyone. I did like I was gonna bring up the silence, but definitely, yeah, something in those first few seconds, even though the text does come on screen, which kind of shows it a bit. Some kind of audio there would be good. I will also give you kudos for just showing this really, really quickly and then moving on to the next part. Because sometimes people leave this ingredients thing on way too long. But you showed it real quick and then kind of like hopped into doing everything.
Yeah, people have a pause button for a reason, right? And that's great. Keeping it short, let them pause it if they want to look at it.
Exactly. Lalo, you got anything to add?
I mean, I think pretty much you guys said everything that I was thinking about. Personally, I agree. You could have started speaking right at the beginning and still show the same B-roll of the finished, banana bread. But yeah, I really like, what you guys said about how quickly you moved from showing the finished product to, saying what you were going to do and then moving to the ingredients and then showing the timing and everything. So overall, I think it's a great hook. I think for engagement purposes, speaking from the very beginning would have been a huge plus. And yeah, that would be all that I have to say. It was a good hook for sure.
Yeah, the transitions are great. A lot of B-roll, just like boom, boom, boom. That's really good.
And bye, Animal Kid. Just saw your comment come in there.
Bye.
Right now, trying to pull up Paul, the CEO. I searched for his name, and his channel did not come up. So I'm just going to see if I can find the link here real quick from the comment section, and then we'll be able to pull him up and take a look. Again, we are looking at people's introductions and their hooks. So if you would like your hook to be looked at, you can do all caps hook, and we'll pull up your channel and take a look at it, because we want to help you get more viewers watching. We want to help you, get them interested in the beginning so they stick around till the end. So YouTube realizes, hey, people like this video, and then we'll promote your video out to more people. Got the link now. There we go. Let me bring this back up on screen. And let's take a look at this. All right. So we got two. Well, yeah, we can click on this one here, I guess. That'd be good. Sorry, just making sure audio is all set up. Cool. All right.
Today's video will come out new news as to Windows 11 this week, or any news for Windows 11, and show you how to enable some hidden features as well. So, let's get started. This week,
Were you guys able to hear that okay?
No, not really.
Not really.
I had my volume turned all the way up. It was very difficult. I wonder if I can caption it. There we go. About new release within Windows 11 this week. Enable some hidden features as well. Okay. So you can kind of see it there. So probably the first thing, your audio needs to be increased because it was very, very difficult to hear. I had to turn my volume up really, really loud. And obviously that's going to get people to click off right away because we can't hear you. I'm just trying to look at the text here just so we can. So it looks like you're doing like Windows, talking about the new update, new release within Windows 11 this week. And then also showing hidden features.
I like that part. The hidden
Right.
features.
Yeah. I think the hidden
Enticing.
features there, like that kind of is intriguing. But yeah, definitely need something there. And maybe what you could do, I know you're screen sharing, but maybe screen sharing, I don't know if any of those features are very noticeable on screen, but even showing B-roll of, the future part, like you could do a little transition so we can see it's like, a different part of the screen recording where it's maybe showing some of those hidden features that could potentially like, hook that viewer in. But maybe something else to keep in mind too, are people going to click on this video because they're just interested in Windows 11 Weekly and just like the updates with Windows 11? Or could you potentially do a video on maybe 7 hidden features within Windows 11? And now, that has a hook in and of itself in the title. And then you can also, reapply that, in your introduction.
Yeah, I think that would work really well. And you just cut right to the chase. Even put it in big letters on the screen, 7 hidden features. And I think that would be catching. I would watch that myself, personally. And I just want to throw out, too, is if you don't have an external mic or you have a microphone issues, I have this, it's a microphone, costs less than $20. It's called Boya. The brand is Boya, B-O-Y-A. I don't know if Tech for Your Needs is still in the audience, but he usually puts a link to it. I know he usually has that easily on hand. But either way, if not, I can find it. But like I said, for $20, that's what I use on my audio, and it works amazing. It's so powerful. It just sounds so good. For $20, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, $20 is pretty cheap. You can't beat that.
I know, right?
And I will also say too, other points to you though, because the intro you did have in there was only 12 seconds, and it seemed like you were going to get right into that Windows content and the update stuff. So 12 seconds is really good to and then jumping into the content. So kudos for just keeping the intro short in general if it's only 12 seconds there. So all right, hopping over to let me just make sure I got the right one. Techie Adequate? I can't read. All right. We got this person here. Let's go to their videos. Wait a minute. You're doing CapCut tutorials. dislike. How dare you step
Uh-oh.
into my world?
Next.
All right, we'll still
We're
click on
coming
it.
for you, bro.
Right? Don't take my views. All right, let's watch here.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit.
I hope that was a copyright-free song.
We'll find out, right? Or you'll
Right,
find
we're gonna find out.
out.
This live stream is no longer monetized. So I will say, I think the idea here, because it was stick text to track moving objects in CapCut. Maybe not necessarily the clearest title, but I get, the effect you're showing is the, tracking text with an object in CapCut. But I will say it kind of carried on for a bit, and it even seems like, here in this one, we see it following, still going. I'm just curious if you did a voiceover here too.
So you know that I never waste your time. So let's directly jump to the video, and today I'm gonna teach you how can you easily.
All right. So you use a voiceover, so I'll give you kudos there. You did do a voiceover. But what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I will start off by saying that I think the examples that you showed were very good, especially that second one. Like, you really show that it works. It was moving all over the place and it was still tracking. So I like that. However, I would maybe keep the examples to like way shorter than that. And if you maybe wanted to try something out, I would start speaking and then show the examples over me speaking. Like, say today, like, I'm going to show you how to do, stick to text, tracking text, however you want to say it, and then have the example on top of it. So you're like, how we said before, a story showing. So you're talking about it, but you're showing it. Or maybe you say what you're going to be teaching and then you show it very quickly. Like, maybe I think 5 to 6 seconds max for the example, and just get straight into it because they get the point. They know what we're looking for. They know what it looks like, and you're proving that you know how to apply that. So I would just say that. I mean, I don't think the example needed to be that long, but those were good examples, by the way. So yeah.
Yeah, I think if you start where you started talking about, you said you like to just cut to the chase. If you started putting that in there right at the beginning with that person walking into the woods and explaining what it was that you're going to show, that would have worked much better. Not that this was bad, but personally, I didn't read the title right away either, and it was like a little confusing to me. And when the video started, I didn't really grasp what was happening. I thought it was just like a regular, intro bumper that you would see on any video. And then it dawned on me, looked at the title, and the text was moving along. So again, shame on me on that. But if I'm not catching it, it's possible a lot of people are not catching it as well. So that's a missed opportunity there. But otherwise, I think it's great examples, and cutting right to the chase is a great idea.
Yeah, love the example, demonstrating the effect right away. And that's kind of what we've talked about. Like, you're showing that end result right at the beginning of the video so people know that, hey, if I stick around, I'll be able to get this result. But yeah, I think 15 seconds was way too long. And then saying, and this isn't me being mean at all, but then saying, I don't like to waste your guys' time. Let's jump into the video. We sat there for 15 seconds watching the effect. I think if you did hey guys, today we're going to show you how to do the tracking effect with inside CapCut. And then switch over to, your screen where you're showing everything. Because then, not only are you telling us what we're going to learn, but you're showing us at the same time too. It's kind of that, story showing that I keep bringing up in this stream. But even still, you still demonstrated it. So I think that was, I think it still might perform pretty well. And you kind of walk through everything. So
it's only minor critiques. I think it was a really decent intro. I really do.
Oh, for sure. I agree with that.
But if we want to see some really cool CapCut stuff, you should go over to my channel. No, but it looks like you're doing well too. You got 244 subscribers already. So yeah, you're on your way. You're on your way, sir. There's room up here. The more videos you put out on CapCut, the more people interested in CapCut. That's what I want. All right. And I think Animal Videos Kid also had one. So let me go ahead and pull up his channel here. He's our long-term viewer here. Let's see, animal videos kid. If we can get it pulled up here. Nice. I searched for your channel, my guy. And you know what comes up? Blippi. That's what comes up. Regret. Let me get your actual channel pulled up here. All right, there we go. Copy. Paste. There we go. And then we'll probably wrap it up here. Unless anyone else has anything else to, well, yeah, we'll probably wrap it up. All right, animal videos kid, the legend. I think you do shorts and long form. What is the majority of your channel? Okay. What should we do? Should we do the shorts or should we do the long form?
Let's say we do a long form.
Do a long form?
Yeah.
Yep. How I bath my puppy.
Here we go.
Oh.
Yo, what is up? Yo, what is up, guys? So in today's vlog video, this is just about how I bath Cooper, how do I shower him. So let's just get straight to the video. So this is where I'm gonna bath him, and I'm gonna turn on the cold water and then put the hose to this.
All right, guys, what do you think of this one?
I think it's a good start. I really do. I think when you start explaining what you're going to do, I would say just do it. And, you don't have to necessarily explain it in that much detail. One of the best things that I've learned about intros and the hooks especially is assume your viewers know more than you think they do, right? So you have to give less details than you think you would. It's not like you're writing a recipe down and you have to go step by step by step. You can actually skip some stuff by just showing it. But otherwise, it's really good.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I think the main thing that I liked was how quickly you got into the point. Since you did request for feedback, I will say, since you're doing a horizontal video, make sure that when you're recording, you either record horizontal, or if you do have a vertical shot, you can flip it, or if you really want to keep the vertical, you can still kind of overcompensate. Not overcompensate, like just compensate for the black bars by adding like a background in the back or something that makes it look more professional. And there's many ways to do that in many editing softwares. So just because I feel like the black bars kind of make it look amateur, and obviously you want it to look more professional and more, polished. So that would be one thing that I would say. And yeah, overall pretty good hook.
Yeah, and one thing I can say too, like this opening part was very, very quick. Even though we didn't get a hook right away, and this was on there for like a second, I still think it's probably best practice to put this a few seconds later after you hook the viewer. But even still, I think this was still good because it was just a really quick second. And then maybe one other thing you can think about doing too, try to think of, when you're recording whatever video you do, think about like how what kind of B-roll could I add in here? Could I have done just a shot of maybe the hose filling up the maybe just take this shot and show that a little bit in the beginning, and then showing maybe the shot of you washing the dog a bit, just so that way we're seeing just a few different scenes of what's to come. It's kind of hinting at if I stick around and watch this video till the end, I'm gonna actually learn, how you bathe your puppy.
Yeah, definitely show the dog sooner because people love to see the animals too.
Yes.
And, to Colin's point too, the intro bumper, I still use when I'm guilty of it. Not on all my videos, but on most of them, but never right in the beginning. I give a brief hook about what the video is going to be about, or kind of a tease, and then play the 3-second or 4-second bumper, and then get right into the video. So as long as you're not showing it first, it's safer. I'm not saying it's safe to use it at all. I'm still experimenting personally, but you kept it brief, which is key. Just don't do it right in the beginning. Just say, this is what we're going to do. And then, showing what you're going to do. Do your little video bumper in the beginning, and then get right into the video. So good job.
And don't be embarrassed, animal videos kid. the reason we're doing this, we want to make sure like you do leave with value. And we all started at a spot, and even still, your intro is pretty good. I'd say it's better than most. It's better than some of the other ones that we were talking about at the very beginning of the stream, where we couldn't even tell the video was playing. So
Yeah.
you don't feel bad about like where you're at. It's going to take time to learn YouTube, but the more you practice and you start using those skills and you're starting to think about how I can open those videos, your videos are going to get so much better. Even the fact that you're in a live stream trying to learn how to make better hooks puts you so much further ahead than everyone else, because there's some people just uploading content who aren't even taking the time to learn how to do YouTube and how to learn the skills. So don't feel embarrassed. You got this.
I have a comment on that because this is something that I learned when I was taking audio and video production in high school, and it really has helped me, and I stuck with that for literally all these years. Is that whenever you're doing video or any form of subjective form of art, so that could be painting, music, video, or anything like that, because it's subjective, you're going to be getting very mixed opinions a lot of times. So one very important component is getting really used to constructive feedback. Obviously, nobody likes destructive feedback where somebody literally just tries to bring you down. But it's very important to be, to not feel embarrassed when you're being critiqued and getting feedback, because just because you're getting feedback doesn't mean that that's exactly what you need to do. But it's very good because it helps you see from another perspective. And we see our videos from the creator perspective. And when we allow other people to, like a fresh pair of eyes, to look at them who's never seen them before, they're going to pick up on things that you haven't really thought about. So it's something that I've stuck with, and now I'm like, oh, I want people to critique my videos. And even though people will tell me like, oh, your video is good, and or you could have done this better, like I welcome all the feedback, positive and negative, or anything that will help me improve. So like I said earlier, I used to do 4-minute intros, and that was very, very bad. So if anything, I should be the embarrassed one. So please don't feel like that. And just like Colin said, I'm really proud of you for showing up and having us critique your hook. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, good job. Nothing to be embarrassed about at all. It was good.
Now, on the topic of embarrassing, we're going to show one more channel here. Abby Rutkowski, my sister.
Let's go.
Let's talk about embarrassment. No, she's awesome.
What's up, Abby?
But this will be the last one we'll do, and then we'll maybe wrap it up with some maybe final comments on hooks. Abby put LOL in the chat, but let's talk about one of her intros. Obviously, I was already watching some of this video, but which one should we click on? Just because I don't know, I've always been clicking on the videos.
Ooh, you watch the whole thing on most of these. What a supportive brother. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. Do the nose ring one. It's the most recent one, and it's entertaining, right? It has to be.
We'll see. Look at that! Look at that! Even
hold your breath
on that one. No.
Yeah, retention rate is tanked. Thanks, bro.
Right. All right. Here, I'll put it back at the beginning here. All right. Ready? Here we go.
Ow. That hurts. Oh, you see my eyes watering? Okay, so today we are going to go to the mall and get my nose piercing changed out to a hoop. You guys may have noticed that I gotten it pierced in my previous videos. I never really made a video of me getting it pierced because it was just, I went with somebody and it was just easier not to vlog.
All right, what do you guys think?
Lala, you want to take this one? I took the last one up
For
first.
sure.
Be a gentleman.
Okay. So I think it's really good. It gives me Emma Chamberlain, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, vibes, which is good because she is a very popular creator, and it's just like a video that almost feels like it feels very welcoming. It feels like you're building a connection with her right at the beginning, which is a very good thing. I like that you add the little like blooper kind of shot at the beginning, and then you go straight into the like bumper. I think that's okay. It wasn't a too long of a bumper. Me personally, I would say like if you really want to make sure if that's helping or not helping your videos, go back to your retention and see if anyone left right when you were playing that bumper. And if that is the case, maybe you don't want to use that anymore. But overall, pretty good. It seemed like it was going to be a good video, and I'll have to watch the rest later. So those would be my thoughts.
Yeah, I would say it was definitely entertaining from the beginning, like when you were doing the blooper with the owl, which is good. I agree with Lalo about maybe getting rid of the bumper. That would be my suggestion in this case, only because it's a vlog style. I think that if you're vlogging, that people probably are going to know who you are by watching your videos repetitively, so that might not be worth it. But that's just my opinion. Again, like Lalo said, check your retention data. The analytics speak for themselves. I would say the only one thing that I would recommend on this is, you didn't really get into the title of the video. Like you specifically mentioned that you were going to get a hoop, for your nose piercing, but you didn't bring that up in the hook. So maybe bring that up or show a brief image or you going in to get the hoop or, something along those lines might help out a little bit more so people know what to expect in the video. But otherwise, that was good.
I would say stuff, but she's my sister and she knows where I live. So maybe one comment I can make. I see you put the text on screen. It's really tiny, and it was even tiny on my phone too. So with those captions, looks like you did in CapCut. I'm pretty sure you made it in CapCut. You can actually grab the captions and you can pinch to zoom in and increase the size so they go from like one end to the other. So that way we can, they're a little bit easier to read there. But yeah, I think what they kind of talked about, all made sense there. Check the analytics. And then also, the title is about a hoop. So, if we can hear about that sooner and stuff. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're a little bit over an hour. Any last thoughts, guys, on, we've looked at a few different videos. Like any last words on hooks, intros, anything like that?
Yeah, what I would say is in my learning process for YouTube is I started off with the first thing people see is the thumbnail, then the title, and then the hooks. So start off in that same way. Don't try to do everything perfect all at once because it's just not going to happen. It's very overwhelming. So work on your thumbnails first, then work on making amazing titles, and then once you have those two, it's going to be easier to make a better hook because you've already done the creative aspect of your video. So don't worry too much about your hooks if you haven't fixed those two first, but work your way through to the end of the video, and that's how you'll improve incrementally and 1% better every video, right?
Let's go. I agree with that. And I did want to make this point. And I really don't want people to stress about this right now. Like, first, always what I will say is focus on perfecting your hooks first. But once you do, and once you're feeling more confident, one thing that I really, really firmly believe in is in the power of standing out and becoming memorable. So we see a lot of creators that are doing hooks that are very similar because a lot of times we are trying to mimic what already is working because we want to follow a path that will lead to success for our channel. But one thing that you can always try is to innovate. I believe in innovation so much. So once you start getting comfortable with your hooks, try to do something that is not very typical. So I've heard Ed from Film Booth, the YouTube education channel, mention this, where like people will start a video with like a really weird camera angle that really catches you off guard and really makes you feel intrigued about what the video is going to be about because it's something different. So if you're really good at editing, which editing is something that I love, so I try to use editing myself and special effects to create that sense of innovation and difference from another video or other people in my niche. If you're really charismatic, maybe you can tell a really amazing joke at the beginning or do something really funny or use whatever talent you feel you have to make a very innovative hook because that will make your channel memorable right from the get-go and people will remember you. They'd be like, oh yeah, the guy that did this or that in their video at the beginning, and they'll remember you for that. And the more time you spend on people's heads, literally, the more that they will want to watch your videos. And especially if they watch until the end, YouTube will serve them more and they'll want to come and watch it because they felt like it was something different and something new and refreshing. Those would be my closing thoughts, and thank you, Colin, for having me on stage. This was extremely fun.
Yeah, this is a blast. Thank
yeah,
you.
Thanks for coming on. I find my streams are a lot more fun when I have other people other than myself on here. I discovered that last week or 2 weeks ago when Sola and Anthony were up here. So it was great to have you guys get your guys' input on creating those hooks. Hopefully you guys watch and gain some value here. And well, now when you go on to make those next videos, have some new things that you can apply to hopefully, you know, increase the, you know, people watching your videos and keep them watching till the end. So with that being said, that wraps up this live stream. We should be doing them every single week still, kind of getting back on track there, even though I missed that last week, but we'll see you guys next Saturday. And yeah, we'll see you then. Adios.
See ya.